Hey y'all, it's Mercedes here. I'm going to teach you how to play a fun game, Skipbo, that you can play with friends, family, anywhere. So let's go and let's learn how to play. When you open the package, this is the card decks that you should see. There should be cards 1 through 12 in multiple cards and Skipbo. This card is important for later, I'll explain. Now, this is what the deck looks like. When I shuffle them, I like to shuffle them in 2 decks. This helps me shuffle them better because I have little hands, but do whatever makes you feel like you can shuffle the cards most efficiently. Now that you have successfully shuffled your cards, it's time to deal them. Today, we're going to be dealing for 2 to 4 players, which means each player gets 30 cards, which I'm doing now. When I'm done dealing, I'll show you a picture of what it looks like with the 30 cards in the stockpiles for each player, and you'll get to see the picture pretty soon. And now each player flips over the top of their stockpile, the lowest card being Skipbo, highest being 12. The player with the lowest pile gets to draw first. So here, blue got to draw first. Now, blue will begin play. I'm, of course, going to demonstrate what this looks like. Here we go. Okay, this hand looks pretty messy, but I'm going to play anyways and see what I can do. Now, I'm going to start play from my stockpile. As soon as I play from my stockpile, I ensure to flip the next card over so I can make sure I can play it. But here, I cannot. So I decide to play a 1 and make a second building pile. Remember, I can make up to 4 building piles. Now, here I decide to not play my Skipbo and save it for a later time if need. So I discard 1 card as required for each round. And now I'm going to kind of show you what these piles look like. 12 is my discard pile. 4 is my stockpile. Both 1s are my building pile. And the pile to the left of my building piles are the draw piles. If you can see, I have 4 cards in my hand. So I will draw 1 to make sure I have 5 in my hand at all times, and that's the end of my turn. Now that the player before me has drawn, it is my turn to start playing. For this round, I'm going to put my 2s on top of the 1s because we're trying to stack the cards 1 through 12. I will also start a new building pile because we have up to 4. Now, this is where Skipbo is important. Skipbo can be placed for any number, anytime. Now, if during your turn you run out of cards, you are free to draw 5 more until you cannot play. So, now I can play a 3. And I definitely played it in the wrong pile, but you get the idea. And since I have no other cards to play, I will discard 1 and organize the piles a little bit so you can see them. Now I'll show you each pile again. Number 9 is the stockpile. This is what we're trying to get rid of. 11 is the discard. I have 3 cards left after my turn, so I'll draw 2 more to make sure I have 5, and that's the end of my turn. Now the next player can go. This move, I'll start another building pile, and since there's only 4, that's it. No more building piles can be started until one's finished. Now, if you see my hand, I have nothing else to play, so I must discard and grab 2 to ensure I have 5. And that's the end of my turn. Alright, it's the 4th person's turn. That's my hand. What can I play? A 2. And I can't play anything else, so I'll draw 1 and discard another, and that's it. Oh yeah! After a while, this is what the playing should look like. A bunch of discards, a bunch of stockpiles, and building piles. Let's go through some scenarios. Okay, so I have a 7, I have an 8, I have a 10, but I want to play again. I cannot play the 11 because it is behind something else. So remember, when you have discard piles, you can only play the top card. But I do have a Skipbo, which I can play for any number. And here I use it as a 9, so I can play my 10. Now, there are 4 piles, so I cannot start a new one. So I must discard, grab some cards, and end my turn. Alright, next. So here, I play a 10, then an 11, flip my card over, I have a 10, which I'll play, flip it again, I have a Skipbo. Here, I choose to finish a pile. When a pile is finished, that means it gets from 1 to 12. So once there are 12 cards in one pile, you disregard it and you add it. You will shuffle it and add it back until your drawing pile. But I continue play, and I'll do this once my turn is over. So I'll see if I can play, which I'll play a 1. And that's all I can play for now. Oh, remember, before you can draw, you have to discard 1 card. So I discard my 6, and then I draw. After this, my turn is over. Now we're starting to get to the end. Oh my gosh, what will I do? I play my 1, and luckily I have a 2. I flip my card over, and it's a Skipbo, so I can play in any one. And we're done. Bye! Hope you enjoyed.